6. I want to thank Principal Janine Colon.
There we go. Executive Superintendent Karen Watts. Our superintendent's not here yet, but Nairi Dixon, our superintendent, and our special partner, new NYC Kids Rise. So excited about this partnership. You know, today is a really special day. We're kicking off the Save for College program. And this program started in District 30. One of the first conversations I had as chancellor was with NYC Kids Rise. And so it is such an honor and a privilege to be able to spread this opportunity to all of New York City's children, to all of our babies across the city. This is a game changer. It is a groundbreaking moment. I know my mom is probably watching, wishing she had this opportunity when I was in kindergarten. You all know my story. I grew up in South Jamaica, you know, didn't have all of the resources. But this moment, investing in the future college experiences of these little babies is our priority. If we want to change outcomes in our community, it has to start by investing in our most precious commodity, and that is our children. And so it's an honor and a privilege to be here today to build this strong financial foundation for children across New York City. And I can't thank the Gray Foundation enough, NYC Kids Rise, the leadership from the district for your commitment to New York City's public school children. Thank you all so much. And of course, we have somebody special here today. The man of the hour who made this happen. I really like when you introduce me, sir, but Mayor Bill de Blasio, so good to have you here.
And I'd like to introduce you. Everybody, I want to understand that the folks here who've done this work are changing the history of the city and changing the history of this country. I am not overstating that. What we are starting today will create generational wealth. What we are starting today will finally start the process of giving our young people, our families, the economic empowerment they deserve. There's a reason why baby bonds have captured the imagination of people all over the city, all over this country, because it tracks exactly what we did with 3K and pre-K, giving children an absolutely fair, equal, just start, every single child at the same starting line, so that all of their potential can be realized. Every child being told they matter, they are special. Look at these beautiful children. Look at them. They are so, in their very example, these kids today are telling us this is what our future looks like. And we're so proud of them, and we have to be there for them. And every single one of them starts at the same starting line, so all their greatness can be realized. The history was some kids got the education they deserved because the resources were there and other kids didn't. We changed that starting today. We ensure that every family knows they will have the chance, because from the very beginning, the investment is there. I want to thank, of course, our Chancellor, who's such a believer in this. And Chancellor, thank you, because we're doing this for every single kindergarten student in New York City this week, and thank you for making that possible. 70,000 kids will benefit. And this is an investment we made, and we decided I want to give a lot of respect and appreciation to our task force on racial inclusion and equity, a group of government leaders. This is an extraordinary group. Yes, you should clap for them. Leaders of color in government, in our administration, who formed together in the midst of all the challenges last year to work for change here and now, and to redistribute resources to the communities hardest hit by COVID and hardest hit by institutional racism. Task Force believed this was one of the most important things we could do. We put forward the Juneteenth Economic Justice Plan, and this is a foundation of that plan. So thank you to the task force and to everyone who's here. I want to tell you, a lot of folks have put their heart and soul into this. It has been a labor of love, and there's some visionaries here. I want to give them their due credit because they saw this potential. And I want to start, of course, with Mindy and John Gray. They believed from the beginning that this was possible. And I remember the first conversations, this nascent idea, and it went from just an idea, that just a pilot, just something we're going to try, to now something that's going to be fully universal. So thank you to them and everyone at the Gray Foundation. Thank you to Deborah Ellen Glickstein, NYC Kids Rise, and the whole leadership team there. Dana Zucker, thank you. Someone who on the government side embraced this and helped it to grow and helped to put together the resources from the very beginning. Julie Menon, thank you. Julie, then as our Consumer Affairs Commissioner, now going to the City Council. And from our faith community, and we need the faith community deeply involved, Bishop Mitchell Taylor, thank you. And all our partners in government, all the elected officials who believed in this. Senator Janaris has not yet spoken, right? Okay, so I'm going to introduce him and say this. For people who believe in a progressive vision, one of the most foundational things we can do is make sure there's equality and make sure that resources reach so many people who haven't had the benefits in the past. And Senator Janaris at the state level has been one of the leading voices for economic justice and for the recognition that if you give children an opportunity earlier, that is one of the greatest opportunities to create economic fairness in our society. So I want to thank him for all the work he's done to support this effort. My pleasure to introduce State Senator Mike Janaris.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chancellor. Queens is very proud of you. We know you're a Queens person at heart.
Originally. The Bronx claims are now.
That's okay. The Bronx is wrong. But it is a great day to be here. There is no better investment we can make than in our children. And this is a concept that is so simple. It's amazing that it hadn't been done yet, but it took the leadership of all the people standing here, and now the mayor, of course, taking this citywide. Deborah Ellen Glickstein came to see me. I represent District 30. I'm a product of District 30 schools myself, public school product. So we always try and do what we can to help the kids in our schools because we all went through it as well. But she came to me and said, here's an idea. Let's just seed some money to these kids. Let's invest in their futures and get the community engaged. Get the urban upbounds engaged and Bishop Taylor, get the tenants associations engaged. And we saw in District 30 how successful this would be. We're proud to have gotten state funding of over $1 million to get that District 30 program going. And now we're incredibly grateful to the city for taking this to the next level. And the Gray Foundation, thank you for funding this. This is what government should be doing. We may not see the dividends of this till years down the road when these kids are college ready, but we're doing the right thing by them, and our future is going to be brighter because of all of the work that's being done today and being announced today. So, Mayor, thank you for all you do, and thank you for this great, great program we're pushing forward today.
Thank you, brother. All right. Now, I see these coin banks. I think something's about to happen. Are we supposed to fill them up now? Is that the idea? That seems very symbolic, doesn't it? Okay, let's do this, everyone. Let's start this right now.
So, sir, we're going to have you and the Chancellor right in front of the table.